WyClef Jean is here to tell us his thinking on all of this, because let me get this straight. I thought I was reading numbers wrong, Wyclef, because it said you plan to release 7 albums in 1 year.
Yeah, 7 albums.
And why 7, not 3, not 5, not 10? Why 7? What's your thinking here?
7's the number of completion, and I started the project 7 years ago. And I got drifted out of music when I decided that I was going to go into politics. And run
not going to politics, run for president.
Run for president of Haiti.
I ran for president. And so this is coming back and it's completion, where I feel like these 7 projects were very important and I never got a chance to finish them.
Yeah, you've said you still don't feel that the world has figured you out. And you're hoping after they hear this music, they will understand. What is it you want them to understand?
Well, the first thing I want them to understand is I came from a prodigy background. Before I was 17, I was already a jazz major. Quincy Jones came to one of my first plays, off-Broadway plays, when I was like scoring like music for off-Broadway. And so the gist of what I do is built off a composer like Quincy, Thelonious Monk, and all of that. People usually say collaborations, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like the brain think, like the scientist behind a lot of it. So with these 30 years of music, I get to show you, versus me saying like Little Richard, Joe, I invented rock and roll.
Yes.
I get to just literally put it inside of a project.
So Gail referenced the line in your new single, Mr. October, you speak English, that's common sense. Me, I had to learn English for self-defense.
Self-defense.
So many of us who are in the diaspora or who were born in Haiti but came here as young children can relate to a line like that.
Yeah.
Where, you know, old school Haitians, you only speak French or Creole in the house. And when you get out into the world and you've got an unusual name, I've got an unusual name, you got an unusual name, it's hard out there.
No, it's hard in general for immigrants, period. When you come to the States, you have to adapt. You within the projects. What I love about this record is it's featuring G Herbo from Chicago. And we know the situation of Chicago. And this is a real conversation between nephew and uncle. Like the real conversation of, you know, gang culture, right? We talk about how do we make it better? And at the end of the record, we both come to a term of reform, right? And that's really the message behind that whole Mr. October. Is like, yeah, you could start one way, but at the end of the day, yeah, you can go from selling crack, you can go from, you know, the pain of your parents divorcing, and you can make it better. So that's the idea of the record. Yeah.
And that's something that I noticed when listening to your music, that it really is dealing with these themes of transformation and making something of yourself. And of course, we talked about it. You worked with Lauryn Hill. You're part of the Fugees.
Yeah.
The motto was, we're not just music.
Yeah.
We are a movement. What do you think you have accomplished with that movement in the 30 years since the album The Score?
You know, it's not a part of the world that I go to. I'm talking about I could go to the igloo with the Eskimos and they're going to be like, one time, two time. You know what I mean? And then that's really it. Like when we started, the idea was like, we're going to be a movement. Because once we're a movement, it's bigger than the music. And what's the movement? We're going to be a voice for those that don't have a voice. So once you do that, it becomes bigger than the music. And like Bob Marley music, it's forever.
People compare you to Bob Marley. Are you done with politics?
Well, I'm done with running for president of Haiti.
Okay.
But what I want to focus on is better policies for the country. As a private sector man, I need great government so I could bring investment back to my country, right? I have like 30,000 farmers. You know, I would like to start big business in my country. I want to be part of Trade for Trade, but we have to enforce the anti-corruption law.
You've always repped for Haiti ever since I've known you. That's been, you front and center, you've put the country front and center. What do you think is the biggest misconception that people here in the United States have about Haiti?
Good question.
Well, I think the biggest misconception is like Haiti is within the Americas. I think it's our contribution to America. Like Haiti has contributed to America. I think when we look at the course of history, even we can't mention the Louisiana Purchase without mentioning the Haitians. So I want America to know, like, we're part of you. So it's important to know that.
All right, Wyclef Jean, it's important. It is an honor to know you. I'm so glad you're here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are still killing it.
We vibe. 7
albums in 1 year. You heard me right. His song, Mr. October, is available starting today. The album Clef Notes comes out June 26th.